Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You can see my background's a little different today. I thought that I would do a little bit of a different video. I do this every so often, well maybe not, maybe only one other time, where I've done a video that doesn't have anything to do with hauls or makeup reviews or anything like that. I thought I would just have a coffee chat with you all today and go on a little rant about nail salons. Now, as some of you know, probably not all of you, I do own a salon. I've owned a salon for this particular salon for like 17 years. And I've been in the salon industry for like longer than I want to admit. And it's kind of well known, I think, for people who do keep up with their industry publications and stuff like that, about the nail salons that charge $10 for a manicure. I can't tell you how many people come in here and say to me, oh, well back home I pay $35 for a manicure and a pedicure. And the reason for that is if you go to these salons, and I know like in the cities they're on like every street corner, if you're getting a $10 manicure or a mani-pedi for $30, $35, it's because they don't pay their girls. So that girl that is giving you that manicure or pedicure only gets her tip money. Most of the time, they have to pay the owner of the salon $100 a day for the privilege of working there. I try to educate my clients when they come in and say, oh, back home I only pay $10 for a manicure. But recently the New York Times came out with an expose, and I printed it out, and I'll link it down below in the description bar so you can go on and read it. I think it was like a 3-part series. It's on my YouTube, Facebook fan page as well. But this woman, let me see if I know her name's on here, Sarah Maslin. She wrote this 3-part expose on what really goes on in the nail industry. And it's basically slave labor. These poor people, they live sometimes over the nail salon, which I know this because I actually know of somebody that lives this way. They, I believe they're in Hartford, Connecticut. They live over the nail salon. The entire family and then some live in this apartment over the nail salon, and they work in shifts. There is some human trafficking in this industry. I can't tell you how important it is not to support these salons. Usually the girls are not licensed. They've had no training, no legitimate education in nail care. And I know people think like, oh, well, what's it take to paint nails? If you go to school, at least, you know, I'm licensed in a couple different states, but when you go to school and you take a state board and you get licensed to do nails, you have to learn the bones in the hands and feet, muscles. You have to learn how to treat somebody that might have diabetes and what you're looking for. You have to learn some medications that, like blood thinners and stuff like that, that might affect giving a manicure or pedicure. You have to learn nail diseases, foot diseases, the difference between fungus and dry nails, and you can tell a lot by the condition of people's nails. You have to learn all that and pass a state exam before you can practice on somebody. These girls that are coming over, particularly the Asian girls, they are not trained. They have no education in this. What I found interesting about this article is when you go to these salons, more than likely, not all of them, but more than likely, pedicures are at the bottom of the list. Nobody likes to do pedicures. The holy grail, of course, is to do acrylic nails. Most of you know my feelings about acrylic nails. Not good, not healthy for your nail. I specifically in my salon don't do them, and I work with people coming off acrylics and shellac to get their nails healthy again. But the holy grail in these nail salons is doing the acrylics. After that, it's doing the manicures, the shellac, the gels, that type of thing. The bottom of the list is doing pedicures. Most of these salons, they hire a girl to sweep, clean, if the salon is even clean, do the towels. Those are the girls that are made to do a pedicure because nobody wants to do them. So when you go into one of these salons, you are not only getting someone that isn't licensed to do nails, you're getting someone who has no clue, like they're just basically winging it. That is why you're getting like a $20 or $25 pedicure. I can't tell you like how many of salons like this are out there. Like in the late 90s, like these types of salons were very popular out in California. And in the late 90s, they started coming down to the East Coast. Some people in the industry were very aware and very against these types of salons opening because we knew what they were. They were undercutting those of us who use good products, who do have training, who do care about their clients, who want to build a clientele. You know, I love working with the elderly, but there are things that you have to know, and you don't get that training anywhere but in school. And I know everybody thinks like a $10 manicure is so great, but I personally, when I go on vacation, I usually get a manicure in the hotel I'm staying at, which is sometimes it can be a resort or whatever, or even if you're on a cruise ship, you're not paying $10 for a manicure. I have paid up to $30 for a polish change at a resort. But the girls are licensed, their license is hanging on the wall. You know that they are trained. You know things are clean, you know that they sanitize, you know that they're using their autoclave or their barbicide or whatever. In some of these salons where you're getting a $10 manicure or you're going and getting your acrylics, they don't even use nail products sometimes. Sometimes their stuff is watered down. Sometimes they're using a dental glue to put on your nails because it's cheaper. I have had people come in where their nail is permanently damaged because their fake nails their tips have been put on with a dental glue. There's just so much wrong with this industry, and we have to be inspected by our state board every year, and our inspector told us that some of the things that she has seen, and we're just talking the Boston area, like what she has seen in Boston, Mass. I can't imagine what goes on in like New York and Chicago and, you know, bigger cities. So yeah, I'm on a little bit of a rant about it because I just think people really need to educate themselves on what they're getting, what they're supporting. That's what gets me. You are supporting this horrible lifestyle, this human trafficking, this non-licensing, this non-education by going to these salons. And for those of us who take the time to go to school and pay for our school, pay for our licensing, which I think I have to pay for my license every year for the salon and every 2 years personally. Then there's continuing education. Like we put a lot of money into giving you the best, safest, most professional service we can give. And you go to salons like this and you get a girl who cannot speak English, who is hired to fold the towels, giving you a pedicure. Like 90% of the time in those salons, that's what's going on. You're getting a $10 manicure, $20, $25 pedicure. Those girls are not getting paid. When you move up the ladder and you're able to do acrylics, then you're getting a percentage, and it might be like 4%. Now, when I have employees, my girls get 50% pretty much right out of the gate. If they've got experience, 50%. So you can imagine what 3 or 4% of $10, $35, $40 is. They literally have to live off their tips, but then if they have to pay rent for the privilege of working in the salon, these people are not making any money, and we're keeping them in poverty. Some salons have vans that go and pick up all their workers and bring them to the salon and then bus them back home after they put in a 10 or 12-hour day in the nail salon. The other thing is I'm not a great advocate of the whole acrylics and whatever, and I haven't been for a long, long time. I haven't done any of that work, mainly because of the health reasons. When I was doing acrylics, and I haven't done them since the 90s, but I would go home and blow my nose, and dust, like black soot and some dust would come out. I would cough or sneeze, and I could taste the acrylic. It was just awful, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing to myself? Well, in this article, one of the parts of the article, and this is called the price of nice nails. And like I said, I will link it down so you can read it in detail. It is pretty lengthy. Like, you know, I don't expect my clients to sit down and read the whole thing. So I am going to do like a little cut and paste of the main points and hand it out to my clients. But if you walk into a nail salon and you see all the nail techs in air quotes here, wearing masks, run. Why do you think they are wearing masks? And it is to protect themselves. Sometimes they are not using salon products. Like I said, they use other chemicals. They use dental adhesion. Some of their products are black market products because they are cheaper. They water down their nail polish. I have actually seen from my own eyes that people go and get dollar nail polish, and there used to be a store in Chinatown. It was a nail supply store. You could buy dollar polish, and they would take it and put it into an OPI bottle. I have seen it from my own eyes, and I just can't tell you. You may think you're going to this really cool, legitimate salon, but if you are paying below market price for a manicure or pedicure, there's a reason. When I travel, I try to go to a real salon that does hair, facials, like a full service salon, to go get my nail services. I try to go to like a Elizabeth Arden Red Door salon. I try to go to the spa at the resort that I'm staying in. I do not go to the nail salon on the corner in whatever city I'm visiting in or when I'm traveling. I just can't stress enough how people really need to be aware of this, because you don't know what you are contributing to. You are contributing to so much of a problem that we have here in America. And it's not helping them get a foot up. It's keeping them down. It's keeping them living in poverty. It's keeping them not working in good work conditions. It's keeping them with not living in good living conditions. I mean, there's like 20 people living in an apartment in New York sometimes because these people are barely making $100 a week. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. So please, 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 enough of my rant. Please educate yourself. Check out this article from the New York Times. Just Google it. It's, like I said, it's called The Price of Nice Nails. The woman was Sarah Maslin. She spent a lot of time, like almost a whole year or so, researching this, talking to people, going into nail salons, doing interviews. I mean, I've seen the video of her interviewing people, and the stuff that's in here will shock you and hopefully make you wake up and realize, do not contribute to the problem. I don't know what the solution is. I really don't, except I think that the states need to be a little more proactive. But yeah, so that's it. Let me take a break here. Time to regroup, start my day. I have another rant that I'll do on another video for you. But yeah, definitely educate yourself and stop getting those $10 manicures. And with that, I'll see you next time. Thanks.